There are two by-elections coming up this month. One poll out today shows that Labour has a 20-point lead. Why do you think that is?
Well, look, I think actually the best thing to do with all elections is to allow the people to speak and do so at the ballot box. You often get polls which show a variety of different situations. I, for 2.5 years, was party chairman and forever sat on programmes like yours being presented with a whole range of polls, usually proving that we couldn't possibly win the next election. Actually, when the people spoke, we did. I think it's best just to allow the process to play out. I think we've only got about 3 weeks. People won't have long to wait and see what does happen.
And the pollsters, there are two by-elections, as you say, the pollsters asked voters, and the top reasons that they gave for voting Labour were Boris Johnson. If he loses these two by-elections that are coming up on the 23rd of June, do you think he will be out?
No, look, again, I see where you're going with your line of questioning. But, again, I think when it comes to a general election, people look at government and they look at it in the round. They look at what you've done. And when you look at what this government's been up to, the way that the Prime Minister took us through coronavirus, ensured we got vaccinated first, came out of coronavirus first, actually causing some additional issues like the flight problems we were just talking about because of the speed of recovery, seeing the fastest growing economy in the G7, sorting out things like long-term care, which no government has tackled in the past, but we're actually tackling, putting a huge amount of money into things like tackling the cost of living. We can't protect people entirely from this global inflationary pressure, but I was just thinking about the £37 billion that the Chancellor's put to supporting people in the cost of living, including £400 of everyone's energy bills this October. That's bigger than the entire annual transport budget. So there's a huge amount of money and support going into that. And
there's still talk.
Well, I was going to say,
there's still a lot of talk about.
There's
still a lot of talk. You look at the papers this morning; it's full of it about the Prime Minister's future. Do you think there is going to be a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister this week?
No, I don't. And as the point I was making is, actually in the round when people judge government by the general election rather than mid-term, where it's not unusual to see polling like this, actually people make a decision about whether you've delivered and done a good job for the country as a whole. And I'm absolutely certain with some of these huge decisions, sorting out Brexit, getting through coronavirus, seeing the largest growing economy last year. These are decisions and actions which will, in the end, matter to people. The lowest unemployment, actually, in any of our working lives, unless you were working in the early 70s, I think, this is the lowest unemployment we've seen. And that's, in the end, things like jobs are the things that people will want to vote for.
If there is a vote of no confidence, you think there won't be, but if there is one, he will win it?
Yes, he will.